Hello, this is IndoShares Mr. Create.
Mr. N.
Mr. Connect is back.
IndoShare is one-stop solution channel for your investment decision. We try to provide business model, market analysis, and quarterly report summary for you. So what did we bring this week?
For this week, we've come with the Lion Electric Company.
So the reason the IndoShare was interested in this stock was that not only because the stock went up by 200 times or more, but we covered green power motors last time, and we thought that the electric bus market will be growing a lot faster than we think, due to the reason that Joe Biden's, Mr. President, Joe Biden's zero-emission policy. And this particular stock is very interesting because it has the long-term agreement with Amazon to provide 2,500 electric vehicle to them.
Trucks.
Trucks for them. So we were interested in the stock, so we would like to begin our presentation with this.
So it's a Lion Electric Company, which will be enlisted to NYSE via spec called NGA. So it's a manufacturer of the all-electric and medium and heavy-duty urban vehicles. It's quite a difficult term, but in simplified term, it's trucks and buses. It was founded in 2011 by Mr. Mark Bedard, and the company was originally its name was Autobus Lion, but then in 2017 it was renamed as Lion Electric Company, and as I've said, it will be listed to NYSE by the end of Q1 2021 by Northern Genesis Acquisition Company. So there are like 3 classifications for this company's products. One of them is the biggest segment is the trucks for large fleet owners, carriers, and waste management operators. And the second segment is school buses for school bus operators. And lastly, they also produce shuttle buses for commercial fleet owners. So in terms of the business model, they have the first mover advantage as they were founded like 10 years ago, and they have collected a significant amount of data, like 600 million miles from 300 already sold vehicles. And they currently have like 7 models, but they're gonna launch additional 8 models in 2 years, and they entirely design, manufacture, and assemble these vehicles in North America, specifically in Quebec. They also own their electric chassis, batteries, and software. And since they are EV manufacturers, it's important to have the sufficient amount of battery supplies from third parties, and so they have entered into agreement with BMW and LG Chem for long-term battery supply. Just like Tesla, they have they are selling their models via direct-to-sale customer sales models, and they also have opened up experience centers so that the potential customers can visit and interact with EVs. And they also have the plan to produce these vehicles in the US in the coming years. And their key customers are Amazon, CN, and so on. And recently they have entered into contract with Autobus Seguin. It's a school bus operator in Quebec that they will sell 10 autobuses to this operator, which is the largest contract to this date. And TCO, it's total cost of ownership. It's a term that the investors should know when they are investing in EV sectors. It's a term that it's an aggregation of vehicle purchase price, estimated energy costs, and maintenance costs over a useful life period. And if you see the table in the middle for Lion 6 model, they the Lion Electric claimed that they could by using their Lion 6 model, the customers could save like 18% compared to diesel models, and the principle, the customers could redeem the original cost in 7.7 years by using the Lion 6 model. And also, the Lion Electric company is planning to adopt vehicle-to-grid technology, so-called V2G, so that the customers could save even more costs in shorter period of time. It's a technology that where customers could sell produced electricity to the grid. Yeah. And lastly, I'm gonna talk about the competitors for this company. The companies including Nikola, Bide, and Green Power Motor Company and Proterra are the potential competitors for this company. Yeah.
For the market analysis, first thing came in my mind was Biden's new policy, Mr. President's new policy, which is clean and green energy. U.S. and Canada is planning to change fuel-based vehicle to electric vehicle in the long term. For U.S. is 2050 target and Canada is 2040 target. U.S. is planning to change 500k school buses into zero emission, and Canada, I think, is planning to change the school buses 100% to EV by 2040. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how I remember. For global EV market, if you look at the graph, it's all aggregated worldwide graph, and if you look into yellow and orange graph, you realize that the U.S. market is going up. But Lion Electric, I don't think they will stop in the North America region. I think they should go expand worldwide. So by looking at the worldwide graph, I think it's giving more big pictures of the EV market. For Lion Electric's TAM, total addressable market, according to their IR, is 110 billion combining US and Canada. And specifically for school buses, their market share is around over 65%. So if you just simply multiply 10 billion to 65%, that's their total addressable market as of today, which is quite a big number.
Yeah, ambitious.
Very ambitious. And there were MOU between the states in America, 15 states specifically. They are planning to change the medium to heavy duty vehicle into zero emission vehicle by 2050, 100%. And their short-term goal in 2030 is 30% of vehicles exchanged to zero emission, which is quite interesting to see. And after that, I was wondering what were their charging coverage availability, and looking into their IR material, their partnership with ABB, which comes in my mind, how does ABB does their business and what's their coverage. So I look for a visualized graph because I like graph. I don't like words. So looking into graph, compare the 15 states that signed the MOU and ABB's coverage area is mostly overlap, which means that 15 states will be quite happy. They have all services needed. So I think it's a good point to look into when you looking at the Lion Electric.
So I looked at the S4 form for the merger and acquisition preparation form. Before we begin, we would like to look at the step movement. Obviously, this company started with the SPAC, Special Purpose Acquisition Company. So the IPO price was $10, and because of the acquisition news, now it's at $27 as of last Friday. Quite expensive, but dramatic increase of the stock price. This is the expected balance sheet after the merger and acquisition is completed. If you look at it, we have about $278 million in total asset. Most of them will be in cash. Liability at the $98 million. So there's not much of a debt. It's mostly equity and cash for their potential investment. If you look at the income statements suggested by the company in 2020, they had very sluggish outcome of $9 million. And yeah, so they're actually making losses every time that they make sales. And the sudden decrease of the revenue was attributable from COVID-19 because the manufacturing facility was shut down in Canada. So I went through the S4 form and I thought that I would like to give you what seems to be important for me. As of 2020, there are 300 vehicles that are being operated by different clients by Lion Electric buses. Their IPO proceed is expected to be $474 million, and I think that this money will be used for the factory in the United States. In 2020, obviously I said shutdown was what led to the decline in revenue. Gross profit margin seems to be at the normal level, will be 29%. So this is not that much of a high profitable company because this is manufacturing, but still 30% I think is quite high. Their selling expense seems to be very high. I don't know why the selling expense is so high. They're not doing any advertisement or anything, but so I will look into this in the future when we get the proper quarterly report document. Something that seems to be very significant was that they signed an agreement with Amazon Logistics in 2020, June 29th, that they will provide a total of 2,500 Lion electric vehicles. This is like a long-term agreement. So from 2021 to 2025, 500 vehicles will be sold to Amazon annually. So there'll be like 2,500 vehicles in total. In 2026 to 2030, 500 vehicles or 10% of total production of Lion Electric will be sold to Amazon. So this is what seems to be a positive news for the company because then this has already generated revenue for the company. Obviously, you have to manufacture them, but still there is a potential customer in line already. Revenue is coming from Canada, almost 50%, and the other half is coming from other countries. I'm expecting that mostly in the United States, from the United States. The kind of risk that I think related to this company is that it's manufacturing and distributed in Canada. So if this isn't manufactured in United States where they might be subject to full access to the subsidy. I'm pretty sure, like, you know how America now is about America only, America first kind of. Even if Trump is out of the office, still I think that you should actually manufacture something in the United States to get any benefit of subsidy. So this is why they're planning to manufacture something in the United States from IPO proceed. Software and hardware are outsourced. Not mostly, but some of them. And they think that it's important for them to acquire sort of a knowledge and know-how for the potential competitors. They have to have something that seems to be a barrier for other people to compete with them. If things that they're doing is just assembly of the vehicle. It's cross-listed in NYSE, so that's why the corporate governance and all the good practices of the United States is not applicable for this company. This company has to basically follow the law in Canada, which I think could be different from the United States. After closing, NGA, the specs weight of entire Lion Electric will be 16.9%. So if you think of this as, if you calculated it, total market valuation of this company as of last Friday is 5.9 billion, which makes it PSR of 200 times. So it's kind of expensive right now. Lockup period ends 180 days after effective date, and the original Lion shareholders get to sell some of their shares, I guess, after I don't know effective date. I don't know what effective date was, but I'm pretty sure in 2021 will be very volatile market for this, volatile year for this stuff, because the PIPE shares of like $20 million or 10% of the Lion Electric will be sold or so in 2021. Sponsor, obviously, they own 4.2% of the Lion Electric after acquisition is complete, and this will be sold in 2021. So if you think about it, like almost 15% of the entire stock will be sold in the market. So this will create volatility of this stock. So I think that I'll suggest that you should perhaps wait until the acquisition is completed and the ticker has changed, and sort of just look at the stock for enough period of time so that you get to buy at a cheaper price.
So also, you need to consider the lockup period.
Yeah, lockup period. All these things I think will end 2021. So the lockup period for original Lion shareholders, type, sponsor, those quantities will be just try to sell something in the market. So yeah, I suggest that you should actually look at it in like long periods of time. So that'll be it from my side.
Alright.
It's good to hear people are actually caring about the ESG. I'm a big believer of ESG, and with this movement and with these political changes, I think the Earth will like us again and not giving us COVID like pandemic again.
Yeah.
That's my theory, my suspicious theory in my head.
Yeah. Because the Earth got warmer. And
Yes, the Earth got really mad and just, hey, take this COVID and suck it up. You're done. You're fired. You know?
Human beings.
It's like a Trump. You're fired. It's like
So what he's trying to do is trying to make up something that seems to be awkward ending.
yes, we're trying to avoid awkward ending,
ending.
but yet again, here you
We
are.
probably have to end right now for even better ending.
Thanks for watching us
Yeah.
for this week, and we'll see you
Next week.
Next
Yeah.
week. Please subscribe to our channel. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.